What's going on, guys? Let's check out this Hunter Cry Along video. I'm laughing already because it was a whole reaction I had to scrap. Check me out on my live stream. I had to scrap that. It started getting too crazy. It's gonna start getting a little too wild. But let's check out Hunter debating against a pastor. This might not lead to anything good as well. Let's see what's going down.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What's up? Okay, so I have a question for you, pal. We talked before. Obviously, you're the pastor guy. And you messaged me. You said, I'm sorry that you were raised on the NIV satanic version of the Bible, which gives you a divine feminine spirit lens of looking at the world. So when you see slavery and slave, you look at it very feminized, and I understand why. I'd like to ask, how is it in any way, shape, or form feminized or feminine in order to be against owning other people as property?
Can I ask you one question?
No, you can answer my question first.
Yeah, wonderful. What does it matter to own something or anybody?
Something or somebody? There's a huge difference there, pal.
What really does it matter?
Because it matters to the person who's being owned as property?
Right, under whose worldview?
You don't need a worldview. Wait, hold on. You don't need a worldview to know that you yourself don't want to be a slave.
So you yourself, on what foundation is it wrong?
I don't want to suffer.
You yourself.
I'm laying this out for you in like the most kindergarten way possible.
As your master, I'm going to feed you so you don't suffer.
No, I'm suffering by working and I'm losing my autonomy.
No, you won't have to work. Since if you're losing your autonomy, you feel that way. You won't have to work. I'll let you write books.
That's not what anything happened in the Bible.
I'm telling you what I'm going to do in this present moment.
Okay, well, you can make up like a fantasy idea of like a perfect slave scenario. It doesn't matter, dude. No, I'm not. I'm referencing the Bible for you. Okay,
you want to live in the Star Trek world?
No. The Bible said. Hold on.
Star Trek.
So you're admitting
I'm sorry. He got to put that much enthusiasm. Let me listen here, Pastor. I'm gonna tell you what the Bible said. Nigga, what? That sounds so crazy.
The Bible is a fantasy?
No.
Okay, because the Bible said, from the nations around you, you may buy slaves. And then in Exodus, it said, if you beat the slave and they recover in a day or two, it's fine because the slave is your property. So I'm not giving you a fantasy or Star Trek or anything like that. I'm giving you the actual Bible.
Whoa.
No. What you want to do is get into this Star Trek fantasy world. What I want you to do is come to reality. How bloody is your everyday life? Do you live with a wife?
No.
Do you have children?
No, you're not. None of this has anything to do with this. How is it feminine or womanly to think that it is wrong to own other human beings as property? Can you please explain how that is womanly?
Yes. Because you get this emotional attachment to it, where it's like you pull on heartstrings. Look, it's so sad that this happens, that this happens, that this happens. You get this like emotional mommy heartstring. It's like, let's get to reality.
Okay, so I see the first problem that you have is you think that empathy is the antithesis to logic and rationale, which is actually not true at all. In fact, virtually all of our laws and understanding of morality ultimately stems from a general understanding of empathy that we have towards other people. For example, I have my car. I don't want my car to get stolen. Therefore, I also recognize it would be bad if I stole somebody else's car.
Hunter, you say this all the time. Please stop.
I say this all the time because you're not giving me anything new.
Stop. I'm about to give you something new if you would just listen. If you would listen to your elders sometimes, you would understand life.
If you're my elders, then I'm fucked.
Fight with your dad. Listen to your ex-wife.
If you're my elder, then I'm fucked, pal.
I'm an elder millennial. If you would.
We heard the horrible joke the first time you said it. It didn't become less horrible because you said it multiple times. It was still corny as hell. That was corny in a mother effer. You said an NC illegally, if you're married, now your spouse's property. Hey, it is what it is.
But listen to me and understand something in life.
Okay, go ahead. How's it feminine?
Okay. Just you arguing alone shows your femininity. Like, just listen to a man sometimes. Step aside and just listen, Hunter.
I'm listening to you right now. Yeah, I definitely understand what you mean.
But you're still talking like my daughter does. You're not listening. You're not giving me time to think about what I'm about to tell you.
No, I'm thinking about how you sound just like what you're trying to accuse me of sounding like.
Calm down a little bit. Let's get into a man conversation here.
Yeah, I've been asking you a very manly question, which is how is it womanly to be against owning other human beings as property?
I'm trying to bring you to a manly conversation instead of asking me a womanly question.
That's not a womanly question. I'm asking you to clarify like a man, a big man.
Hunter, I ask you one question. One question.
Just ask it.
Do you know why rabbits poop in little pellets? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question, no Google.
Yes, I know, because the unicorn consumed a leprechaun, and then that's how it happened.
Here we go. It's a simple
You're asking
question.
me a bunch of stupid shit, dude, and you're not answering my question. I'm going to keep
saying
you
you
like a
don't
fucking
know.
idiot until you answer my question.
Thank you for showing me your hand. Thank
How?
You for showing
Yeah,
me you know why.
You're welcome. Gladly, yes. Because I actually have confidence in what I believe. Unlike you. You sound like a weak, fragile little beta who's too afraid to actually confront what your Bible says.
So he can't say that you're acting womanly or feminine. You just call him all types of names and say he's all beta, right? Why? Because you say so? Nigga, this is dumb as hell. You can't even be quiet long enough to hear what he has to say.
And instead, you want to claim that it's just womanly to be against slavery.
You want to argue with me.
You're kidding yourself.
Like my children, like just it's sad. It just talks.
It must be really sad that you constantly lose debates to your kids then, if they argue like me.
I do, and I humble myself.
Okay, then maybe you should humble yourself now.
Yeah, I want to.
You go talking to your children debates? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hunter's kids must be miserable. Nigga, this nigga walking up and just debating them for what? What is your purpose, sir?
Listen to you, Hunter. I want to learn.
Okay.
Like,
so do you think that it's good or bad to own other human beings as slaves? Think about your kids.
Yes,
would you like
to own my kids?
Would you like your kid to be a slave?
Whoa.
No.
Okay. Why?
Because my children are mentally not going to be slaves. They're not mentally slaves to their own reality. They understand what's going on. I don't make my kids read the Bible. I don't force them to one form of reality. I give them everything. They're open up to everything. They probably know more about reality than you do.
Okay. So then why is it okay then to enslave other people on that same basis? Those people also have an understanding of reality.
Nobody. Most people, if you look at
in the Bible, when God said it was okay.
Going to the Bible. Can you just listen for once? In the Bible, let's go to the Bible. Most people, if you look at Jewish history and when the Old Testament was written, they were talking about people that enslaved themselves because they were indebted. They didn't know how to conduct themselves in life, so they indebted themselves. Now you can get into all these different Bible verses and numbers and all these different retardations that man has put onto scripture. It's silly, Hunter, that you want to sit here and get in all these.
Also, people chose to be slaves as well. No one ever talks about that. People that was willingly signing their life to slavery in order to get a house, a roof over their head, and some food.
Illegitimate arguments when you know the truth.
There's different kinds of slavery, dude. In the Bible, like you're right. There are different kinds. No, because there are different. No, because I'm actually not. Hold on, wait, calm down. Yo, chill. Yo, I think bro, your estrogen is like peaking mad right now. Like, calm down.
You're right.
Your panties are in a twist.
Because he doesn't want to get interrupted. You're interrupting him non-stop and telling him to calm down. It's crazy.
Take a deep breath. Okay. There are different types of slaveries in the Bible. Hold on. There are times in the Bible specifically that it does reference, yes, people that would sell themselves into slavery. That is a legitimate form of slavery at the time. That was also in the Bible. Yes. However, the specific verse I talk about is not that. It's talking about buying people from the nations around you and how you can beat them. How if you give them a wife and they have kids and then you set that slave free, that the kid and the wife is now the property of the master.
After you beat your slave, what would happen to you?
If your slave doesn't die as a direct result, then you go unpunished.
What happens if your slave dies?
Wait, so that's your line?
No,
if you kill your slave,
what happens?
The master would be punished.
Death to the master, right?
And what happens if the master beats the fuck out of his slave, but his slave doesn't die as a result?
Why would someone be beat, Hunter? Why did you get beat as a kid?
Wait, you're not about to start justifying abuse, right? Are you going to say?
Absolutely.
Wait. Are you going to start saying because they weren't working? Because their autonomy was stripped away from them originally, which is why they're being beat.
You don't know that. You weren't there. You
don't know either.
I do.
No, you don't.
I read history, Hunter. You don't.
You don't. I have the divine feminine spirit within me that gives me a very specific look of the Bible, and I'm able to interpret it in ways that no other man has been able to before me.
Wonderful. I see where you're going with this, and I love it.
The fact that you could sit here and try to make a mockery out of religion like that, to say something that disgusting, is crazy. Wow.
Hunter, I find you awesome, brother. I appreciate the conversation. I don't think we'll ever see eye to eye on.
Well, no, because you're like Alice lost in Wonderland, pal.
No,
you're making all sorts of weird justifications for slavery. You believe the Bible still. Like, I can't really help you much from there. Like, you're Alice lost in Wonderland. You're Mary's little lamb just bawling for help.
Because I vote for Kamala, do you still hate me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Why?
Because I'm not a group thinking idiot who's just going to be like, oh, anybody votes Kamala, I am their friend. No, you still hold a bunch of dumb fuck beliefs. I don't care if you vote Kamala.
You know why I vote for Kamala?
Why?
Because I own two companies as a landscaper and a roofer. And then I
thought you were going to say you own two slaves.
No, because I have people that I employ and they're, happen to be Spanish origin. So, I'm able to speak Spanish to them. So I'm able to literally employ 114 people, right?
You should ask them how they would feel about being enslaved.
They love me. They love me as their worker, as their boss. I come in and I show them how to work. I buy them their tools. And the only reason why they're here is because Kamala let them in. So because of her influx of that, my company has grown exponentially. So I'm voting.
Maybe you should ask. Maybe you should ask them how they would feel about being slaves.
They love it.
They would love to be slaves. They love it. Working there for money.
Yeah, but I house them. I do everything for them.
Okay, I don't even know what else to say. It kind of sounds like you almost want slaves. Like, I don't even know what to fucking say, dude.
I'm part of Triplet Plantation. You'll know everything.
What?
Look up Triplet Plantation, Alexander, Virginia. You'll understand everything I'm talking about.
All right, I'll look it up right now. Bye. Dude, this retard is trolling this one? No, he's literally not. I'm trolling him, which is why it was so funny. If you want to support the...
Nigga, when? I was waiting for it to get to funny. Nigga, I didn't get the sense of funny. Is it funny? What? When did nigga know? when did it get funny? Yeah, I didn't see it. If it got funny at any point, I must have missed it. I did not see it. I did not see it. If y'all seen the funny part, y'all tell me. Because I must have not been paying attention. Funny. Nigga, please. It was so funny. This nigga here. That's how you know he delusional.